Okay, welcome back to Tomb of Annihilation, Wildemount Edition. We are ready to roll with you today, but before we do that, we're going to have a little warm-up. You know how we do. We like to warm up and do a little RP about our sponsor, which this week is the Wandering Tavern. So, here's what's going on. The opening shot is an epic, sweeping aerial view of a floating tavern moored to massive air balloons groaning under the weight of keg barrels and questionable decisions. In a realm where dragons soar, liches scheme, and beer flows like water, one tavern dared to ascend into the sky, and now into the weed business. Cut to Boris Barrelgut, looking panicked behind the bar, holding a massive scroll labeled Bud Tending for Beginners.
What in the nine hells is a terpene profile? I thought a daybreak was the type of ballista.
There's this serene and glowing sensation, which is a person, Petal Whisper, wafts across the bar, holding a tray of floating herbal infusions in tiny vials.
This one's called Moon Dew Dreamist. It's got notes of lavender, gooseberry, and a mild chance of astral projection.
Snargle bursts through the kitchen, covered in glitter and surrounded by sentient weed plants.
Dude, I just crossed pipeweed with blinkroot, and now it disappears and gets you high. I call it plain Jane. Get it? Because...
Suddenly, Snargle vanishes mid-sentence with a puff and a pop. There's Sir Chadwick, lounging in a hammock, hung between two chandeliers. His armor is now covered in tie-dye and hemp ropes.
Bro, ever since I took that +1 Stavia, I can literally smite anxiety. Like, I looked into the abyss, and it high-fived me.
Cut to Boris, now frantically trying to ID a troll customer with 12 different forms of questionable paperwork.
Which one of these is your state-issued weed license?
Me have herbalist card signed by Ilminster.
Damn it, that counts. Go on in, and don't touch the skies ever balloon valves this time.
Petal Whisperer presents a new flight of ancient edibles, glowing gummies, floating brownies, and one cookie that tries to crawl off the tray.
Remember, start with half a pixie drop. Half. Trust the magic.
To a drooling barbarian passed out in a beanbag chair shaped like a beholder. The final shot of the Wandering Tavern is now in the air, floating into the sunset, leaving behind sparkly contrails that smell of pungent dragon mint indica and short-term memory loss. The Wandering Tavern. Roll for initiative, and then roll another one. Available now. Must be level 5 or higher to partake. Side effects may include wandering thoughts, sudden existential dread, or becoming best friends with inanimate objects. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the Wandering Tavern. It's a floating TTRPG setting all in and of itself. It's perfect to ad hoc into any D&D game. It's great for Spelljam or pretty much anywhere because, hey, it wanders around. So check out hatdbuilder.com. That's short for homieandthedudebuilder.com. That's hatdbuilder.com. You see the URL up there on the screen. Use the coupon code RavenQueen and you'll get a 10% discount on anything you pick up there, whether it be the Wandering Tavern, or maybe you want to get into Sky Zephyrs. Coupon code RavenQueen will take you there. And now, let us get into the real shenanigans. As we start, what is this, episode 5 already?
It is.
Episode 5 of Wildemount, Tomb of Annihilation. Pen, what's been going on?
Well, last session, lots happened. We picked up right after the big party on the ship, and the town, or the keep, people of the keep were heading home. Gus and Misery had just managed to sneak out of the fort with the egg and the location of the lost city as the people were pouring in. So they thought they would duck into the what do you call it? Where you store the horses? The barn. They ducked into the barn to pretend they were asleep, but then the egg hatched, and we have ourselves a baby wyvern or dragon of some sort. We're not sure. And we have named it RR, the eater of rabbits. And Misery was mildly confused and believing that makes her and Goss mom and dad. Which later on, her grandpa, straightened her out and explained the birds and the bees, leaving her in a mild state of crisis, but that's okay. We did successfully sneak out of the fort, got ourselves onto the ship, and flew off to make our way to the lost city. During that time, Goss was training his little baby RR. Pruk is working on Misery's puka shell of intellect, and en route we interacted with some giant pterodactyls, scared them off, got to the location on the map where the lost city was supposed to be, and found this massive lake with campfires all along the shore. We made the plan to have Ginger drop us, and he would fly the ship back to Port Damali, resupply, pick up our dinosaur costumes, and come back in 3 days. And we gave him some gold to, make that happen. So in the morning, he drops us off, flies away, and we land outside of this encampment of a tribe of frog people known as grungs. And we offered them tamales and whiskey, which they accepted, and we were taken into their encampment and then escorted to the beach and out to a little island where they have this big shrine to their goddess frog Nang Nang, and learn that we are supposedly a sign from Nang Nang, because the next day is going to be this great ritual where she's supposed to descend and mate with their king, and we meet the high priestess of Nang Nang, Karuke, who secretly tells us that Nang Nang's not coming. And she's concerned, because if Nang Nang doesn't show up, everybody's gonna die. So we tossed around some ideas, and I think we landed on trying to teach her how to act as if Nang Nang is inhabiting her body, and then the king can mate with her, and hopefully that will, succeed, make the ritual successful. We are still concerned about whether or not this ritual will involve some blood sacrifice. Pretty sure it will, but we don't have, we're not 100% sure on what's going to happen there. So we left it off with the night before the ritual and trying to teach Karuki how to act like she's been inhabited by a goddess.
Yep, and it's basically, what it comes down to it is that you have a day amongst the grung to meet everybody and tour around Dungrungland, and that night is when the ritual is to go down. So you have time to prepare, and kind of the grung are treating you like VIPs, like true rock stars or something. It's quite interesting. As that morning, you are walking around, and Karuk, she is introducing you to some of the locals. You don't understand a single click or inhalation any of the locals say to you, their elaborate flips and rivets and exaggerated flourishes are all the real body language you understand as best as possible. But something of interest. There's along the side of the body of water there in Dungrunglan, as you're walking around that morning, there are a bunch of golden skin grung. You know them. The golden skins are the elites of the grung peoples. And there is a whole gathering of other grungs around them. It seems to be quite the commotion. And then they all start just like joyously ribbiting and flipping, and there are several grungs jumping and leaping high in the air to great admiration of the grung spectators at hand. And upon approach, Karuk, he tells you, oh, special ribbit, leap of renown, a leaping competition in honor of you, our guests. And you have all of these grung looking upon you now, and after a few ribbits are exchanged between Krook and the leaders there, the Goldskin, the grung elite, she says to you, she interprets, the grung would be if you perform in the Leap of Renown competition.
Jeez.
I'm
all on board. I'm so excited. I crouch down like I'm a frog and I leap up into the air to be like, show like, yeah, I'm on board. And I ribbit as best as I can.
Yeah, and all the grungs get very excited by this. They all start stirring around because you're into it.
Totally.
Respectfully, I must decline. I am too old for that kind of behavior.
Well, that's understandable. And when Karuk, she looks unto you, her body language, it says the same. And she looks onto the rest of you and kind of shrugs like, well, is this to say anybody else?
Oh yeah,
I'm in.
no, I'm like leaping in place.
Oh, and Karuk is very excited, and there are some of the grung, these green grungs, they start leaping around and parkouring off of stones and rocks and boulders and backflipping off of mud huts, planting a landing and throwing their webbed hands into the air with just amazing grandeur, and the audience just eats it up. They flourish. They flourish the atmosphere of ribbits and croaks and chirps. You know, like when night falls in the swamp, suddenly all the frogs start chirping, and that's what their clapping sounds like.
Cool. I am so stoked about this.
So, okay, with that, after a few performers leap around and kind of give you an example of how it's done, now it's your turn. All the audience members look unto you, the VIP guests, the honored guests, and as if they are just looking for the first one of you to step forward.
I'll totally jump forward, and I'm gonna do some acrobatics for them. I'm gonna do like round off backhand, like the gymnast style round off, like 3 or 4 back handsprings into like a backflip, and then end it with like some sort of breakdancing kind of spins.
Nice.
And I'm gonna use one of my luck points to do that with advantage.
Okay. So you get one advantage roll on that, but I'm gonna need acrobatics and a performance check for the Michael Jackson shit at the end.
Okay. I will do the acrobatics with advantage. Oof, thank God I used advantage.
Yeah.
19.
Wow.
And then
Can you land it?
end it with
Oh!
a 20.
Oh man. Yeah. I can imagine you go hee hee at the end as you plant
Yep,
that dirty
absolutely.
20 landing. And the grunt go wild! Huzzah! Chirping and ribbiting, and they're doing backflips in place. They're just super, like, just on another level as far as being entertained. They're fully entertained. There are
Yay.
these grumpy commentator grungs off to the side, these two grungs. They're elders, and they've been
Muppets.
roasting. You can tell that they've been like roasting performers in their little grunglish ways. However, it looks like you have just fully impressed Statler and Waldorf.
Yes. Love it.
And with that, they're tossing, like, maybe like instead of tossing flowers at you, they are tossing handfuls of dead, dried out bugs, flies, and crickets and things like that at you.
I'm trying to catch them in my mouth.
As she's doing that, I'm casting prestidigitation on her to like get rid of them as they get close.
Aurora's just gonna be running around at her feet, picking up the bugs that get blasted away from her.
Ooh, free snacks.
And with that, it looks like it's a hard performance to follow up right there. And as the crowd finally dies down to a murmur, it seems as if it's time for the next contestant.
Is that me? Is it my turn?
Karuk kind of like nudges you forward by pushing you in the back.
I'm kind of looking like a sad kid, like she stole my thunder. Like what? I guess I gotta do monk shit. I don't know what to do. And he's gonna like
Honestly,
back up
I went
to the
first because
inn.
I didn't want to have to follow your monk shit.
Yeah. 19 and a 20 is hard to beat.
I will back up to like the end. I don't know what the village looks like, but I'm assuming there's kind of like a street. So I'm gonna back up all the way to the end of the street, come in running, and do like the long jump hop, like for track and field. Do those, but instead of like actually doing the long jump, I'm gonna long jump onto one of the houses on the side and use my spider cling boots to stand there, run along the house until I run out of house, and then jump back in and keep going with my long jump hops.
Cool.
Okay, how many long jump hops do you wish to try to achieve here?
I don't know. How big is my runway? I want to use my whole runway.
Okay, what I'll do is I will pull up a map so you can really get fancy with it.
Okay. Are we?
So
Remember,
let's
you
see.
couldn't move us last time.
Before.
Having issues with this map last time?
Yeah, it was getting through the maze. I'm trying to find my way through the maze.
Okay, I got this. I'll fix you. Let's nobody move. I'm gonna fix this.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's still giving me that strange issue where I cannot click everybody and drag and drop you. So I'm going to drag and drop you one at a time.
Okay.
While this is going on, I'm going to look over at Goss and go, where in my hometown, there's a thing called frog legs. You deep fry them. You might want to look into it.
And Karuk, who understands the language you're speaking, she gives you a wary eye when you say that.
Oh, I didn't think she was
I
near
think you
me.
got Shadow of War on, I think.
Okay, let's just turn that off.
I can't move myself now either.
Full daylight mode should be activated now.
Ah, there we go.
Good.
Okay, so this is where we are doing our performance leaping?
Yes.
Okay, I'm changing what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna start down here and run, do some hops. So, I should have my measurement tool on. So we're gonna run probably about 30 feet, and then with the long jump hop style, and then I'm gonna run 30 feet along the wall, vertical or horizontally, and then I'm gonna run back down for another 30 feet with long jump hops, and then I would like to jump into the water for my final move.
With flips.
Yes, with flips. Long jump leaps until whatever that structure is. I'm going to leap over that and doing some somersaults into the water in a dive. Hopefully it's not super shallow.
All right.
When she goes to do her dive, I want to cast Dancing Lights to trail behind her.
Oh,
Nice.
flashy. Okay. Let's
I
go.
can't see my token. I can't see my token, and I still have the shading on. And I refreshed.
Yeah, there's still some shading, but
Is there really?
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
there's still-
everything,
It's
All
basically
those major
inverted.
structures.
yeah, the major structures.
So like you don't see inside the labyrinth or inside the temple, right?
No.
So right here, I can't see anything. I can't see anything here, here, over here.
Okay, let's try a
All this
different
stuff.
setting. What about now?
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
there.
I just had to turn off our war altogether. Okay. Yeah, for some reason
Right.
daylight mode's not working. Okay, anyway.
But Zach's still not. Sorry, Goss still isn't.
And then we
On.
don't have Gauss on the map. Yeah, I don't even see him here.
Wait, hold on. Bennett, are you mind moving your token just a smidge, one way or the other?
I cannot move my token.
Neither can I.
Really?
Nope, there we go.
I
'Cause
could
you,
move it before you took a charge of it, but now I can't move it.
Try it again,
Your
Vindicator.
token has the. Oh, there it is.
Hey, there's Gus. Yes, now I have
I-
access.
I do not have access.
Okay, let's Gauss, try moving your token again.
Nope. Still nothing. Mm-mm.
Saw your token.
This roll 20 fuck up is brought to you by the Wandering Tavern.
Your settings look good. I see your someone's moving your token because someone's moving it back.
I can move Peruk's and my own.
I can also move Peruk, but I can't move mine.
I see why we're having that issue with Peruk's token, but Gauss should be good to go. Okay, Gauss, I got you in the middle of the lake. Can you move from there?
Give me 1 second. I just minimized that, or I closed that entire tab. I'm opening it again right now. That's the wrong game.
Yeah, it's just the reality roll 20, and playing games online. There's a little bit of troubleshooting involved. A lot of players, a lot of DMs getting
There we
into it
go.
don't realize extra overhead involved, but it is what it is. Okay,
There's like
good.
a wall that I can't go around though. It's pretty interesting.
This one here.
No, it's right here on this near these guys. I can't. It's like weird little invisible walls that I can't go through.
Yeah, that's for everybody, bud.
That's strange because the
we're
dynamic
good.
lighting is turned off, but I can remove those if you need
We're okay
to
now.
when it comes
No,
to
you're
your
good now. I don't know
smart
what you did.
I just deleted basically the firewalls around those areas.
That my token
Which
just
should have been
vanished.
disabled anyway.
No, you went behind one of these guys.
What? I did not let go of my token. The hell?
He's right here. Oh,
Sure about that?
the last place I saw you.
Was this 3-cup Monty?
Yeah,
Find a
it
cop?
must be. It must be. Okay, let's just. I'll bring you back on the board from the welcome page. We got your master token, and
There's not even my name.
can you move him? I have him over here.
Yeah, but there's a wall. I can't move him to the left again. Oh, never mind. We're good. Okay,
I don't see anything
Alright.
on that layer.
we're just gonna
Kill these fucking guys.
leave it alone.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Fine.
I think we're good.
There's
Okay. See, there's a lot of buildup. You know, that symbolizes all the buildup in the audience amongst the Grun. They're all restless, waiting for Vindicator to make his move. And Vindicator's put a little distance between himself and everybody, readying to make the great parkour like an Olympian, just focused.
Yep. Except now there are two Gosses because apparently Goss was behind me on the map.
I
Again.
deleted one of them.
Okay. And I rolled a 10 on my acrobatics check. So my first section of doing my long jump leaps, I stumbled at pretty hard.
Oh no!
Let's say as I'm running this way, I trip over one of these little guys. And yeah, to try to recover for that, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Ribbit, and then I try to leap at the wall. Is that a new acrobatics check to try to run along the wall now?
Yeah, do another check. But
Okay.
Statler and Waldorf, they're roasting you right now in their own little way.
Yeah.
Big time.
Deservedly, I tripped over someone. Okay, 19. So I'm able to run along the wall. And so I'm going to, on the fly, since I effed up my first section, I'm going to run along the wall all the way down here and skip my next jumps. And then jump off the wall. And what is this structure here? Is this like something tall or is it just
That
wide?
is a very large cage, almost like a Vietnam POW prisoner jail cell, and there's an Aarakocra in there with a broken wing on the ground looking at you hazily as you fastly approach.
Okay, I'm gonna treat that like a pommel horse and run up to it, jump on top, put my hands on it to like spring myself off into the water, but not dive because I'm feeling all messed up on my my acrobatics.
And as soon as he gets to the cage, I'm going to cast my dancing orbs. 4 orbs just circle around him, trailing him.
Yeah. Okay. I made a 19, so I'm able to do my jump into the water.
Yeah.
My fun flippy jump over the cage.
Oh, it's a flip. Okay, nice.
Yeah, well, like pommel. So not just like
Pommel
a
horse.
Put your hands on the horse and move. It's like put your hands on the horse to launch yourself into the air to do some somersaulty flips.
Okay. And yeah, you flip and swan dive into the murky water, and all of the Grung are very pleased with your fast recovery. And where Statler and Waldorf all gave Misery a 10, they're giving you a solid 9 on your recovery overall.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get out of the water and go back to the person I tripped over and give them some tamales.
Your wet
sorry.
tamales, great.
Sorry, dude, I didn't mean to trip on you. Here, have some tamales. They're yummy. And then I'll, like, eat one so that he knows it's food.
As Vindicator comes out of the water, I'll cast Prestidigitation, drying them off.
One grabs the tamale, it's all soggy, and it just hangs limply in his little wet hand. Like,
They're better when they're dry, but
blinking at
they're
it,
still
like,
good.
"Ooh." And the grung are all just they come around you and they start going ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna join them, woo, 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 but like offbeat.
With that, Karuk, the Red Priestess, she approaches Misery and Vindicator, and she says, "Ooh, this is very good gesture of trust and hospitality from the Grungles. They insist that you share in their communal slime pool."
Ooh, sounds slimy.
Cool. I play with slime, sure.
I do not need that in my fur.
It's all an adventure.
And there is this area that is kind of opposite your side of the lake. It's all the way over here, that group.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to guide you off in that direction. I'll bring her onto the map over here. And she would walk you around kind of clockwise around the lake, and it's like the freaking Pied Piper, man. You know, like she's just, everybody is falling in behind her and leading the way past some mud huts and whatnot. And it's a lively morning here in Dungrunglin.
I like how we all just casually moved off from the, prisoner of war in a cage.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, I'm still sitting over there too.
They said slime pit. Why would
yeah, I got you
slime pit?
They had you at Slime Pit.
Yeah.
Wait, which sounds really fun.
Yeah.
And so over here, you see that the water has this green layer on the surface that looks like well, you couldn't mistake it for algae, but you don't see any, like, it looks more like raw slime, like Nickelodeon slime.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for the skin, right?
Yes. Very good for the skin. That's what I heard. I don't know who told me that.
Hopefully it's not acidic.
The grung all start leaping on in joyously.
Well, I'm not gonna get left behind. And I do another run, like back handspring into the water.
Yeah. I'm not doing any fancy acrobatics to get
Cannonball!
in the water. I'm just walking. Like, ooh, slimy. And then when I get deep enough, I'm gonna do that thing that kids do where they take their hands together and use it to like shoot water at their friends.
Oh,
I'm gonna start trying to shoot water at people.
No, Vindicator, you start shooting water around, and this grung right here starts looking at you rather sheepishly.
Uh-oh.
Are you flirting?
Am I flirting with him? I will notice the look on that grung's face and kind of like and put my and slowly lower my hands under the water and like, yeah. Slimy.
I'm gonna. Yeah,
Just on the shoreline. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm just playing in the water like a kid too. I'm splashing and like throwing the slime up in the air, diving under.
On the shoreline, she sort of translates to Vindicator, and she says, "The way you move your hands, the grung, your new grung friend has mistakenly interpreted your actions as a marriage proposal, a mating ritual mishap."
Uh-oh.
Can you tell my friend that while they're very cute and all that, I am not ready to get married. I did not know your customs.
And I'm splashing between. Oh, you're getting married. Indicator grung sitting in a tree.
Can we hear all this from the other side?
Oh, there's something going on across the lake. Yeah. It sounds like they're having a lot of fun without you. You can hear that much. And Karuk goes, backing out could cause diplomatic disaster.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but will they come on my boat with me? Because I can't stay here.
And then while this is happening, when you ask that, the grung puts his little green arm around your shoulders.
Okay, I'm gonna look very uncomfortable and then keep my hands to myself and shut up.
I take it we can see that from the shore.
Oh yeah, you can see it now from the distance. If you were to look, let's see. Honestly, if you're on the opposite shoreline, have to roll a perception check. You probably wouldn't notice passively from that distance, but passively you would notice that there's definitely some fun being had over there.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, you don't see shit.
I don't think I want to.
Woo! Getting married, yeah. I'm giggling and swimming away. I'll leave you two lovebirds alone.
I'm going to start talking to Sarah Cochra.
What?
Oh, okay. To the prisoner?
Yeah.
He looks at you all foggy-eyed. He's obviously got a broken wing.
How did you end up in this cage?
Injured in a battle with my people's great enemies, the Iblis, and I fell from the sky and landed in Dongbragan.
Okay, that was about as useful as a dog that won't hunt. Yeah. Good luck.
And yeah, he seems to be in a real bad spot. Meanwhile, the frolicking across the lake continues to get wild as the grungs are all splashing water around and frolicking and having fun. And it's like these grung have never been frolicking in the water with peoples that weren't grungs before, and they're just loving it. And Karuk, she calls Vindicator to the shoreline. We must speak.
Okay, I will swim over there. Just me or
Oh,
Misery too?
The priestess is just beckoning for you, Vindicator.
Okay. I'll look over at Misery and be like, "Hey, I'm going to talk to the priestess lady." Goodbye.
Vindicator leaves the chicken fights that are forming there in the slime.
Chicken fights. Oh my god. I'm so on board with this.
And as Vindicator, you kind of like try to shake off much of the slime as you can. Karuk says, maybe the only way you can get out of is, well, this afternoon, before the great ritual this evening, is to be a great performance of the seasonal melodrama, The Passion of the Poison Tree. Perhaps star in the Grung soap opera. Maybe the Grung will allow you to break through since you are such a big star.
Okay, I'm done. I'm in. I'll do it. I do it. What do I need to do? Where should I go? Do we practice? Do I have to speak Grung? Doesn't matter. I'll do it.
Okay. Huzzah! And she starts chirping like a frog.
I call out to Misery. I'm gonna be in a play. Passion of the pineapple juice. I forgot. Passion of the something.
And I go swimming over, and I'm like, I want to play.
No, not play. Like, I'm going to be an actor.
Cool. Do you need,
and then
like...
maybe I won't have to get married.
Oh. You don't want to get married?
I'm too young to get married.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do it. Can I do your hair? I'll be your dresser. I'll do your makeup and your clothes and your hair. That'll be my job.
Okay.
We should get cleaned up. Karuki, what do we need to do?
Karuk says, "Oh, well, why don't I show you to your mud hut so you can clean up and prepare for the festivities later on." And
Cool.
and like as Misery and Vindicator leave the slime pool, all the other Grung, they start croaking, but it's like a sad croak.
Oh.
It's not a happy chirpy croak. It's all like a.
Yeah, we'll see you later. We have more surprises. Don't be sad. They don't understand. Echo skipping.
And Karuk, she says, "We take wrong way, so we can bring your friend." And she hops you back around to where the leaping contest was held, back where Gauss and Alphine and Karuk are chilling, and I guess presumably the little smoker circle, what have you. And as you show up, yeah, Karuk, Alphine, Gauss, you see that Misery and Vindicator, they look like they've been slimed, like Nickelodeon slime. Like they were playing, they were playing like some old school Nickelodeon game that went south.
Now if he's just gonna like rub his temples and just snap his fingers to his granddaughter, casting prestidigitation.
And all of a sudden I'm clean and I'm like, I just flip my hair around and I touch my skin. I'm like, oh, that slime was good for my skin. I knew it.
I'm gonna put my hand and rub it down your arm. Like, you can't be clean and I'm slimy. Rub.
Okay. But I think your fiance might be upset if she sees you sliming me.
But that's why I'm gonna be in the play.
Grandpa, Vindicator's engaged to a frog.
I'm not shocked. I'm going to look at the high priestess and go, why is this creature in the cage?
And you just get a shrug, and the subject is changed to chirps and croaking.
Release him.
And Karuk says, this?
Are they away from like the door? To where I could be sneaky by the door?
Yes.
I'd like to kind of crouch down. I'm gonna pull out my thieves' tools and try to pick the lock.
Okay, go for it. These tools are those.
That's a sleight of hand, right?
It would be thieves' tools typically, but if you don't have thieves' tools,
I do.
And you're not proficient with them, it might.
I am.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, do a thieves' tools check.
Okay, so that's out of curiosity. Does that fall any way into dexterity? Because my class lets me re-roll those.
I believe thieves'
when you
tools
set up
is
your,
dex-based.
yeah,
Go
when
ahead,
you set
Madrid.
up your thieves tool, you should have done it like attached it to your dex
Oh, I
modifier.
didn't do that.
Yeah, you gotta when you set that up, go into like when
Oh.
you're setting up in skills. You should give you.
That okay,
There
yeah,
you
that
go.
gave me my bonuses.
There you go.
Okay. That's not going to get the job done. You're having a problem because your tools are designed for traditional locks. Instead, this looks like some type of advanced, a simple machine pulley system that's really complex, and your thieves' tools are not doing the job. It looks like
Well, as
this
an
is.
artificer, should I be able to make heads or tails of that?
Yeah, looking at it and trying to make heads or tails with it, you're going to have to do a little more analysis. Go ahead and roll. This would probably be machinery like this with a limited 5e skill set. This would probably be an Arcana check. So, this type of mechanism could easily be considered magical.
16.
Yeah, you see that the pulley system is set up in a redundancy so that if some of the pulleys were destroyed, the mechanism would still work and the door would still be locked into place. However, you see that if you destroy enough of the pulleys, like you physically disable like half of the apparatus, that would probably completely disable the locking mechanism. However, with the guards right here, heavy at hand, probably be very difficult to do right out in the open without causing great diplomatic disturbance.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the prisoner and say, I'll be back, and I'm gonna follow everybody else.
And with that, the party is being led by Karuk around to the 6 o'clock position of Lakeside. I'm going to try to move you all as much as I can. I've been having problems with dragging and dropping a bunch at the same time. So bear with me. And as you journey to the 6 o'clock position around the lake, there are a whole gang of grung. They're hopping with you. You guys are just VIPs of Dungrungland today. And you are taken to, well, there's this little mud hut on the south side of the lake. And it seems to be all ready for you. And as you're brought into the dark atmosphere, there's not much going on here. Most of the hut is comprised of, well, in the center there's this table, and then there's just mud piles around the perimeter, like for you to maybe like rest upon or what have you. And upon the table, there are a bunch of bowls and platters, like a feast or something has been prepared. However, as you show up to your lunch, well, it doesn't look so great. The feast prepared looks more like it's the feast is the chef prepared a recipe chapter from the Temple of Doom.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you can imagine you have bowls full of dead insects and flies and whatnot. There is, in the middle of the table, there is a curled up python that is steaming hot as if it were just taken from the fire, and it's got this charbroiled look to it. And there are all types of strange other exotic delicacies there, and really none of it looks overly appetizing, aside from maybe that snake looks maybe the closest thing to being appetizing.
Goth and Aurora are just going to start digging in.
Oh yeah, going for it. It's not so
Full
bad.
tilt, no questions.
It's not so bad once you get over the fact there's no salt or spices or anything. The handfuls digging into the bowls full of insects. It's like, Goss, you're probably quite enjoying it.
Oh, just like a pig in slop, just not caring, just shoving his face full.
Cool. So at least we won't be insulting them by not eating their food. Goss and
Yep.
are all yours, my friend. I might have a bit of the python, though.
And then, as you are eyeballing the steamed python, that is when Karuk, she takes out a curvy dagger made of stone, and she slits open the python's belly, and all of these, like a huge pouch full of eggs, just
Ooh.
bursts out of the gut. And
Ooh.
she takes one of the slimy eggs and just pops it in her mouth.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go find a bush to be sick behind.
Eat it, granddaughter. You're a captain.
Yeah, I will. I will eat some of the python eggs right along with her.
You have to eat it all. You have to make a good impression.
Yes, Grandpa. And just start eating.
You know, the python eggs aren't too bad at first until they start wriggling around in your mouth after a couple of bites.
Hello. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I swallow that and I'm like, let's go for some of the meat.
Make a Constitution save when you go
Yeah,
for the swallow.
absolutely. Oof,
Yeah,
19.
yeah, you get it down, but you feel it squirming in your gut now.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. I'm so tired. I'm gonna take a rest.
There are plenty of little mud beds off to the side. They don't look extremely comfortable, but hey,
Better than the dinner table.
yeah. And
Uh,
that is when Karuk says, "Now it's time for human surprise." And she starts clicking and croaking. Yep. And with that, as she gives the signal, the door to the mud hut flaps open, and some servant greenskin grunts hop on in, each with a platter, kind of like a wooden dish, and there's each dish has kind of like a top to it, that's like a cover, and then each dish is put in front of everyone, except for Misery, who's already laying down off to the side with Squirmy's belly. And then they lift the dish up, and Karuk says, "Human surprise!" And upon the table in front of everybody is a human severed head. With like the top of their skull removed and the brain sticking out.
Like the monkey brains from Temple of Doom. Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, Goss is just going ham on this at this point. Just losing his mind. Just ripping chunks of brain out.
I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I run out the door, and I'm gonna go jump in the lake and try to wash all the slime off first of all. Second of all, trying to get away from that human brain meal.
Yeah, as soon as you left the table, Arar just jumps up and starts eating your brains too.
That's fine. Let's go for it.
I'm still behind a bush being sick, and I see Vindicator run by. What was that about?
They're serving human brain food to us.
Like
Not-
food that makes you smarter?
No, wait, would it? But no, I'm not. I don't know.
Oh.
Wait, where did these humans come from?
Your friends probably killed them.
Right, but like, where did they come from? Is there a human tribe around here?
Most of the Grung have left now, including Karuk, so it's just y'all with your meal to speculate.
I mean, we're supposed to be out, this is like a lost city, and I didn't think they had ever really seen too many humans around here, so where did they come from?
Well, see, that's the problem now, isn't it, granddaughter? You don't really think.
I'm trying.
These are savages. Do not be friends with them. They will kill us for anything. Even if we do everything they want, they still may kill us.
Oh. I don't want my head served on a platter.
I'm not going to let it come to that.
Okay.
We must kill them, get into their temple, kill them there. This entire civilization needs to be put down.
Can't we just leave them and go to the city?
No, 'cause we need their map.
They don't have a map.
They
It
do
was
have one.
magic incantation to make the city reappear.
Well, they have to have it written down somewhere. I can try something when she comes back, but I didn't want to do it without your blessing.
Okay, I want a meeting of the crew. Indicator, Peruk, Goss.
Okay, I come back.
You guys team up. I'm gonna grab a drink.
You're gonna have to pry Goss away from his food because he's just going ape shit
Goss,
on all the food nobody
fine.
ate.
Just, yeah, keep eating. You're good. You're in talking range. Okay, guys, I'm suddenly really uncomfortable here, and I want a vote. You're having a vote. Do we try to
Leave?
sneak
Yes,
off
agreed.
and find the lost city, or just get what we need from them and go find the lost city, or do we kill them all and then go to the lost city?
I can also make them give us what we want.
How?
Not every time has your grandfather had to resort to violence in his life. Trust me.
I'm gonna put my dagger away. Oh, okay. We'll try it his way.
Yeah, I don't want to murder people, but
These
I
are
Is it
not
also
murder if we eat them?
don't
I'm
want
kind of
to get
Isn't it
married.
hunting at that point?
Yeah, I'm a little afraid that we're gonna have our heads on platters soon too.
I say preemptive because I think we're gonna be plattered up regardless.
Okay. Grandpa,
So-
what's the non-murdering plan here?
I can cast suggestion on the priestess to give us the incantation.
Okay.
Or the king, if we can get a meeting with him before this false god ceremony.
But if you cast it on the king, he will tell it to you in not common, in their croaky language.
We have spells that can get around that.
So Peruk
Oh,
will cast comprehend language. I will cast suggestion.
okay. That sounds good. But then, how do we leave?
How do we get out of
That's the
here?
problem. Is if I'm not mistaken, the king is on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need the king? I mean, Karuk was gonna take us there and give us the incantation, so we just need her.
What if wait, we came through a maze to get here, didn't we? Does anyone remember the turn order backwards?
It was all black to me.
Hmm.
How tall are the walls?
The walls are a good 20 feet high. They're all made of these ridiculous, twisting, thorny vines, thick with razor blade thorns. Like, instead of thorns, they're actually like razor blades in place of thorns. Like something straight from the river Styx.
Well, we
So
can.
that takes
can we-
away my
Burn those.
suggestion.
Well, can we cast it? Can we put it on fire? Like, I mean, we could go into there's an entrance into the hedge here, and we could just run to the back wall and light it on fire. And as soon as a spot clears, run through.
I'm good with that. Leaving
Yeah.
is definitely high on my agenda.
We still
So
need
should we
the
just?
spell.
Well, we can kidnap Karuk, right?
The incantation's here in the city.
Yeah, but she knows it.
I thought she knew where to get it. Now that she knows it.
Oh, I thought she was gonna take us out there and do the incantation to call forth the city.
Not sure 100%. You just know that there is the existence of an incantation. You don't know really much further than that. It's just, the rest is just speculation.
Ooh.
Also, don't forget whenever we do leave, we don't have a ship. It's still 2 days out, 3 days out.
Mhm.
We are going to have to hide.
Oh, we were gonna go to the Lost City.
Which is the first place they will look for us.
Good, then we'll kill them there. I'd rather just not do it in their home, where they have the home field advantage.
To bring race into this, but getting into the thorny hedges is definitely on the rabbit card. If we can draw them in there, it would give us a better chance against their numbers.
Hmm. What if I could get married to one of them and then we take that one with us and they lead us through the maze? I don't remember what my fiance looks like.
Like,
I
he
do.
looks like the rest of the green grung.
Yeah, I don't know which one he is.
So yeah, that's not going to help us.
Vegas wedding.
But nah, true. We'd have to, yeah. And then I'd have to get married, and I don't want to get married.
And who knows if brain eating is part of the marriage ritual.
Yeah, these heads are. They kind of.
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we found you some food. Goss, you are my best friend, and wow. But they make me uncomfortable. Um,
Now
but
you
we
have
did
to ask
promise to
yourself.
help. But we also promised to help, and I don't like breaking promises.
I don't like my head being cut off and served, chilled.
Yeah, but these are human heads. You're a drow. You'll be all right.
You really think they care what race you are?
Yeah, they call it human surprise, not drow surprise.
You saw the cage. They are expert
Yeah.
at trapping people.
Right. And we got to get that guy free too.
No, he's basically a done for chicken.
Oh. Hmm. Well, then let's just set fire to the hedge and make a run for it. Oh,
What
we
if
need
we
the
kidnap the king?
Ooh.
If we had
The
our
most
airship,
well
yes.
protected?
We do not have our airship
Yeah, true.
because you guys wanted your dinosaur costumes.
No, I think we got rid of the airship because we didn't want anybody to go on board and like take off with it.
So we had somebody take off with it. Brilliant.
Yes, dinosaur costumes are just a perk.
Yes.
So we're all agreed. I cast suggestion on the high priestess. She tells us where the incantation is, or gives it to us, and then we burn this place to the ground.
Yep. Dig it.
I thought it was burn the maze, not the place.
Yep. Burn the maze and run away.
You do realize, though, we're going to be chased throughout the entire length of this jungle.
Fighting retreat through the maze.
Or pass suggestion and find out where the incantation is, and then we just sneak out.
We can do that, especially if we're not here. He'll kill the high priestess and everybody else.
Yep. They'll have, because like she said, if Ning Ning doesn't appear, then they'll kill themselves, and then we don't have to deal with it. It's their own problem, and we just grab the incantation and sneak out.
We can tell him that
Or-
Krook's lying, that she's not Nang Nang, because we told her to be Nang Nang.
Can we make it look like we disappeared in like some sort of magical explosion, like that orb thing, the chromatic orb thing that you were talking about? We'll get the incantation and then put on an act like we're being called back to our gods, and then exploding sound and darkness, and then we disappear while everybody's distracted. And they'll think that we just got called back by the gods. And then they won't come looking for us because we just disappear.
First things first, I want to make sure that our exit plan's going to work. I will be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of just meander out, just look like I'm just kind of stretching my legs, look around. Is there anybody around?
Outside of your hut, yeah, there are a couple of guards that are by the entrance to the maze, just to the south of the hut there. Yeah, the closest entrance has a couple of guards. They eyeball you and then flip their tongues out and lick their eyeballs. Other than that, they pay you.
All right, then I'm going to kind of walk over the other direction and kind of investigate the maze. I'm going to try to find somewhere where it doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to see anything. And then I want to cast a little firebolt, see if it does anything.
Yeah, there's plenty of open space between your mud hut and mud hut down the way, like in the direction you're walking, and literally no grung except for like maybe a few in the water that don't seem to be paying any attention. The guards may or may not be spying upon you as you put some distance between yourself and your lovely accommodation. You ready yourself to pop off that firebolt?
You're a rabbit. Can't you just burrow?
Racist.
I mean, could I?
We wouldn't be able to follow you.
No,
Why
but
not?
it gets me out of the line of sight, so I can see if we can actually blast through it. That's my main thing.
Oh, yeah. A Herringon can't dig any quicker than a normal humanoid. Yeah, it's like that's a trait that has worn away due to the evolutionary quality of your humanoidism.
All right, fair enough. Then I'm just going to kind of look around and just get my hands real close to the wall, and I'll activate the little wrist launcher that I built and shoot the firebolt into the hedges, see if it does anything.
Okay, roll damage on that.
He burns down the whole damn
Yeah,
edge.
this might just pop everything off, and then now we have to kill everyone.
Yeah.
They could set their kingdom on fire.
7.
Firebolt smashes into the hedge, and while it doesn't catch, it definitely incinerates and puts a dent there where you had some healthy plant matter. Now it's all like burnt and singed back in a flash fire, and you see some results that you could maybe blast your way through in theory.
I
Okay,
wish we were one level higher.
I'm gonna sit down and pull out my tinker's tools and make it look like I'm tinkering with my wrist launcher, and I'm gonna stay here for a little bit just in case somebody saw that, and I can have it accidentally go off again. It was a mishappening if somebody did see it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like being on an airplane and going into the bathroom, taking out your weed stash to make it smell like weed in there, then leaving the bathroom, going to the stewardess. Hey, stewardess, it smells like weed in there. Someone was smoking weed in there. She goes, checks it out, and then you go back in there after she leaves, and then you toke up.
Jesus.
I got oddly specific, oddly quickly.
That sounds like a personal story.
Well, the Mile High Club. There are several ways in and out of it.
Well, we're talking about like, oh wait, I just remembered. If there's a hole in the hedge, I can disappear and appear on the other side of the hedge. Can everyone else do that?
No.
No.
Oh.
But that's cool.
But wherever we exit from or enter the hedge into, I can cover our escape and they won't be able to follow.
Can you cast darkness?
I have something else up my sleeve, darling.
Well, if nobody's shown up to yell at me, I'll make my way just kind of meandering back to the group.
This looks
So
clear.
we-
All right.
So we know what we're doing?
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pass on to them what I found, that it is destructible.
I've got oil in my backpack. We can really ignite it.
I have all of the equipment to make a Molotov cocktail in my.
Hey.
I mean, it's just a bunch of flasks of oil, some. I ripped the sleeves off of my monk robe to use as wicks. Yeah, that's what I have.
If nothing else, if we get into the hedge maze, we can use that to stop them from following us while we bust through.
All right, I guess we're just waiting on the priestess to come back.
Somebody want to go let the guards know that we would like to speak with the priestess? There's a couple of guards just to the southeast of our hut by the entrance to the hedge maze.
Sure, I'll go.
What we'll do is we might as well jump to our intermission here, take our 10-minute break before we get things really nuts.
This is insane.
So, walk the dog, grab a snack, whatever you got to do, and then we'll be back in a few. This will also allow you guys time to firm things up, maybe come up with a plan B or plan C. Not because you come up with plans that fail, just in case. So we'll be back in a few, all right?
But we already have plan A, B, and C.
Yeah, I feel good about this.
I know we're on break, but now you have to ask yourself, you were swimming in their slime. Was it slime?
Oh.
Yeah, don't ask me that.
Yeah, no, it was just slime. That's
it was
what
just
water
slime.
does sometimes. Is it slimes?
Yep, water gets slimy. It's cool.
Well, I can tell you when a body's in the water for a long time, it also gets slimy.
That depends on the temperature of the water, though.
True.
Yeah, that got dark. I need to go refresh my wine. I'll be back.
Gross.
Duffy is a foe. Ist gut. Ja, ist gut. Das ist ein gut vor. Hey. Okay.
Hey guys, are we really gonna annihilate an entire tribe?
We discussed this. We're going to
I know.
hunt. We're going to hunt them.
Okay.
That way, it's food.
Hey, Sage, what were you saying could have been worse than what was going to happen
What do you mean?
before the game started? The only thing worse than what's going to happen is
Oh yeah, no, it's this. This is the worst scenario. But this was a scenario we really have no choice in. Like, they're going to kill us.
Yeah.
Which I knew from the moment we walked into this place that these were savages, but my granddaughter wouldn't listen. She was too, oh my God.
Hey. Hey. I gotta, I like to give people a fair chance, not have some biases against their lifestyles just because they aren't civilized.
Yeah, like what makes you think they're evil?
Everything.
They did serve us human skulls for
And they don't smile in that little face. All I can see is a bunch of really sharp teeth behind that smile.
Yeah, they served human heads. Humans served their legs. I feel like it's a fair trade.
Exactly. I think you
True.
guys are just experiencing culture shock.
I don't think they're evil. I just don't want my head on a plate. And so, I mean, if we could get out of here without killing them, I would like to just leave this tribe to their
That's
tribal
plan A.
ways.
Well, nobody even asked if the heads were ethically sourced either. We don't know. They could have died of natural causes.
Yeah, a spear in your stomach usually is a natural cause of death.
I wouldn't call that a natural cause.
Well, you naturally die from it.
That is a natural cause of getting speared in the stomach.
I don't think that's how that works. I think that's a natural reaction to getting stabbed.
Semantics.
And that's what we're arguing here. It's important.
I don't think
Yes,
you would
semantic.
actually mind because you're going to get to eat them if we do have to kill them.
Oh yeah, Goss doesn't care one way or the other. He's either going to be content eating brains or he's going to get a frog leg dinner. Does not care one way or the other.
Yeah, I was having fun with them, I
Yeah,
I
they're
was
fun.
having fun. I don't really want to kill them, but
I will
if
fight
that's
my
what
way
it
out
takes.
if they attack first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
And I
somebody
feel
in
bad
chat,
breaking promises.
somebody in chat said
Other than the one
semantics are
about getting
important.
married, I never promised that.
No, yeah, you didn't really mean that one, but we
Yeah.
very intentionally meant, we promised to help Karuk, but
That's so funny. Someone goes, semantics are important in genocide.
Yes.
Listen, to quote one of my favorite historians, it's not a war crime the first time.
Yes.
Hey, screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me.
We should all strive to be more like the Canadians.
What, separate from the country?
No, half the Geneva suggestions are written about them, so we should all strive to be like that.
Well, we're going to get what we want and get out of here. Provided she doesn't succeed on the DC, but
yeah.
Well, all right. I'm gonna drink this tequila, and if anybody's back, we're gonna get started. So here's to you guys. Cheers. Yeah, here's to you. Here's to me. If forever we shall disagree, well then fuck you, and here's to me. Yay!
Hey! Barovia!
Barovia!
Strategically
Whoa.
transfer equipment to an alternate
Gotcha.
location.
Yep.
That was the only fat electrician one that I could find.
Love that guy. That guy's hilarious.
I'm still waiting for that tequila to go down the right way.
It's tequila. I don't think there is. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Patron. Like, Patron always goes down the right way. It's like drinking water. But this, Cuervo, it's got, you know...
I'm not trying
gonna
to fight
send you-
nobody tonight. Gotta stay away from the tequila.
We need to send Hollow it's a beer that's made in the Netherlands. It's 95 proof.
What? The...
That's
Really?
not beer anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's classified as beer.
No. That's what the whiskey that I'm drinking right now is 90. It's like 97 proof.
Yeah, this is from what I've seen. Is it just basically evaporates in your mouth, and you really don't get a chance to swallow it.
Oh, you know, I don't even like those big beers, like the elephants and all that stuff. It's like, 10%, 15% alcohol. Like, even that stuff is... Ugh.
95 proof is 40 some odd percent ABV. That's
I
not
don't know if I
beer
can handle
anymore.
that. Yeah.
I mean, if you made it with hops, it still technically could be.
Yeah.
We could have to put
Who's
so
going
much
to
extra
get
sugar.
the the priestess? I forgot.
I went out
Misery.
to signal to the guards outside to go and fetch her. Not that they will necessarily understand me, but I'm gonna try.
Hey. We pick things back up where we left off. Updating the map. We're back. Will it be the super happy ending? I don't fucking know if it'll be the mega ultra happy ending. Maybe it'll be the mega dark TPK ending. I don't know.
Oh.
You know, you're right. The bus is a few days out. So, if shit gets real, shit's really gonna get real. So, Misery sends a guard to go get the high priestess.
Yep.
And it seems as if you have probably at least a few minutes to finalize your plans, especially clarify things to the DM. So, what's the plan here? What are we doing?
I will be casting suggestion on the high priestess to give us the incantation, since she seems to know it from what everybody can remember. And Karuk is going to cast comprehend languages so you can understand completely what she says and not in her broken English.
And then we will fall back through the hedge maze, potentially lay down some traps for any pursuers, blast our way out, and then dodge them until we get our ship back.
So, basically try to cast suggestion, talk the high priestess into getting you the goods.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that it probably, by the time your bellies start getting a little squirmish from the meal, by the time Goss's cannibalism shakes before they settle in, Rook shows up. She's got a guard with her. No, she shows Mud Hut. Guard stays outside. She moves on in. Krook says, reading.
Ribbit. Ribbit. I still don't speak your language. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Suggestion. It's a DC 17 Wisdom save.
Alright. Double checking her character sheet. Oh my goodness. A little red grung. Isn't that just the cutest? Let's see. 17 wisdom. Here we go. Oh, shit! He rolls a 17 on the die, on the quartz crystal Superman die, made of frozen tears. And that spell, by the way, Suggestion, verbal and a material component. So she may be able to tell that you tried to drop a spell on her when she showed up. Let's roll an insight check for her. Just like you roll a deception check to try to do that under your breath or deceptively beneath shadow or anything like that. And Karuk, she suddenly stands taller. Is this? Who is this child witch trying to curse me? This I help you find love and my people.
No,
You big stars on the Dungrumlin.
You misunderstand. That's his people's traditional greeting.
Yes, it is. It's we don't trust people, so we cast that as a way of making sure that there's no deception on your end.
Okay, I need
you, old man.
I need the two of you, Karuk, Nelphine, roll deception checks.
$16 on my part.
Goddamn natural one.
Oh.
I have a +7 to that. Or
Yeah, rest in piss on that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Cat. Oh my gosh.
You're fucking up my groove, old man. We're taking an average, right?
Yeah, between the two, you have to take the average. So.
Oh.
it would be 8 + 16.
Well,
Divided by 2.
Yep.
and that's going to go against her insight, which she rolled. Would I roll a 17 on the die on that? I can roll against. I can roll again though, because that's rolling against an old roll. I'll roll an insight again. Hold it. 16 on the die this time. Yeah.
Still beats it.
He beats you.
Oh, good job, Grandpa.
I'm going to look over it and go, I tried, and I will be activating my form of dread.
Oh, shit.
This isn't what we said we were gonna do.
No.
And she freaks out and she hops out of the mud hut, tripping for the guards.
Before she can. Oh, hold on. Where'd that run off to? Entangle. It's a DC 14 strength check.
Also, as I'm going to transform, I'm going to look over at Bendicator and go grab her.
Oh,
Entanglement has these roots growing up from the ground. These muddy cypress knees grow up from the ground and turn into a mesh of tangled roots that ensnare the high priestess by the ankles. And she's croaking for her freedom. And who knows if her croaks are loud enough to be heard by the guards. You know that there are, there's are at least a couple guards outside the door. And we had someone moving in on her as well.
What kind of door is there on this place?
It's a door that is made of hard packed mud.
Okay. I will hard packed mud. Weird. I'm gonna just stand directly and make sure the door's fully closed and stand there, like directly in front of it. So if someone tries to open it, they have to push me out of the way to get it open.
Okay. So you block the clay door.
Look at Grandpa and say, "Do I still need to grab her, or should I block this door?"
If she's held by the roots, then no.
Roots don't last long. I'm gonna pull out some rope from my bag of holding, and I'm going to tie her up.
Chirping loudly. Louder now.
I'm also gonna tie her mouth shut.
Oh, okay. The other ones rolled 11 on perception. Let's see how loud she was able to chirp. Did she beat an 11? The guards roll a perception. The guards roll a 2 on perception check. Oh my god.
Wow.
Now he rolls like shit. Thank God.
That was an important clutch roll for you. Sometimes I wish I had a camera on my dice tray just so you could see those clutch rolls. And the guards seemingly are none the wiser as you have subdued the high priestess.
I'm gonna reach out and put my bony hands on her shoulders and go, "We need the incantation. Give it to us. We let you go. We help you with your business. You guarantee we get to walk out that door."
Intimidation check at an advantage.
Okay, these dice are going away.
Yep.
Dice jail time.
Yep. Dice jail.
Was that a set of D&D Beyond dice that you're changing out, or?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you moving to? What are you moving from? What are you moving to? What's hot right now?
Dice of planar summoning.
Okay.
They're usually my after break dice, but
Like against that
This
intimidation.
feels hot for me. Those are the dice that I got going right now.
The high priestess is not fully sold on the intimidation. She bucks up her chin and she starts ribbiting as best as she can, but her mouth is, someone's got their hand over her mouth. And she's like, and she kind of shakes her head away and she goes, "You will not break me."
I would like just Vindicator's gonna start talking to her, be like, hey, we did not really appreciate getting served human heads for a
Speak for
meal.
yourself.
That's not what well, besides him, but he doesn't represent all of us. Because I don't eat people that look like me, or at least sort of look like me. So that was very upsetting to us.
Well, I am sorry. We are all out of flying monkey.
Yeah, I don't think I would have eaten a flying monkey. But, so because of that, we're kind of scared that you're going to try to chop our heads off and serve us to the next people that show up here. That's why we're trying to get out of here, because we don't trust you right now.
Good job.
She starts tearing up. Get you married.
I don't really want to get married. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a proposal. I was just having fun. That's something you do to have fun where I'm from.
Where I'm from, we don't just go throwing mating rituals around like Granny Knitting. We are conservatives.
Funny part is, so am I.
She look. The high priestess looks over at Delphine and goes, "Well, I never expected to see you in Daisy Dukes. Anyway,
Already then.
Yeah, I'm confused on that.
Daisy Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, I get the reference. I just don't get what.
Where that
Oh,
came
there-
from.
Probably for the play.
You said you were a conservative, and she said she didn't expect you to be a Daisy Dukes anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'll go up to her.
Oh no,
I
not marriage material.
look, man. I'm sorry for my grandpa. He's a little grumpy. I was having fun here. I really was, right up until you served us human heads, and I'm a little scared now of you guys, and I do still want to help you. I don't want you guys, I don't want your king to kill you all because of a failed ritual. I want to help you, but I want to make absolutely sure that we are not going to end up being served on plates. That's all we're looking to do here, and we're a little scared that that's what's going to happen. So
No, that's my thing. They get the right thing. We offer gift. No, that's my thing for you. That's all. It's great ritual. Not
okay, it's
smoke.
just the serving of the human heads to us was a threat. If he didn't mean it as a threat, I understand.
Let's see.
Right, but for us, it's a threat, and so there was some misunderstanding. We thought you were threatening us, but maybe you aren't, and so we were just trying to get out with our lives. But if you say it's not a threat, and you're still gonna help us if we get you through your ritual, and I'm giving my grandpa the side eye. We just don't want to end up on a plate, okay?
Yeah, or married, kind of like how
Or
I
married.
didn't know it was a mating
those aren't-
ritual thing.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
the
a mating
same as
ritual
how-
where we come from. That's how kids play.
It's the same thing as the head thing. Exactly.
Yeah, misunderstanding. Very different rituals in our worlds.
Yeah, I'm going to revert from my form of dread.
Oh. Perform and play and make it all up to us.
Yeah, okay, I'll be in your play, sure. I said I
Otherwise,
would.
we have to spearhead wedding you.
Your head.
Okay.
Okay. I can help you with your whole ritual thing. I can help you fake becoming possessed by a god. If you want, I can even make it look like your god is dragged down into hell.
Why would they want that?
So she doesn't have to get mounted by the king.
Oh.
Unless she wants that.
Ooh. I'm suddenly
Hey,
like
double,
intrigued, like soap opera. Like, wait, what?
believe in circumcision unless you royalty. King Tubuku. Only good enough for a goddess.
So you don't want to mate with the king?
I know Nenning. I'm not Nenning.
Yeah. You are not Nang Nang. Yes, I know that.
Yes, we know. But Ning Nang's not coming, so do you want us to make it look like Ning Nang got sent to hell?
Oh, no.
Those are your choices. That we can make her look like your goddess got dragged into the nine hells, or you
her
mate
avatar.
with the king.
Or third option.
You forced
just
me.
give us incantation.
You forced me into spearhead wedding with king.
No, no weddings. There's no weddings here. You said, okay, so I need to be in a play. I will do that. I will be in your play. What about the ritual? Because you say if Nang Nang doesn't come, then there will be lots of murder. And we don't want lots of murder.
Yes, you do well and play. You don't have to marry. You big star now.
Okay.
Great.
Yes.
Great ritual.
That's good.
Great ritual. Making Nang Nang. You must make Nang Nang. I know Nang. I don't look like Nang Nang. I'm not Nang Nang. I know Nang Nang. I red grung. Nang Nang.
Oh my
Golden
God,
grung. Nang Nang golden grung.
Are you trying to have the king mate with Vindicator?
Wait. Is that
That's
what's
wait.
Okay with that.
Is that an option?
What?
No.
I'm okay with that.
I say we
I'm
take
so
a vote.
confused. Who's supposed to be Nang Nang?
Say, Rabbit. You have to pretend everything okay.
We talked about this last night. You were gonna pretend to be Nang Nang.
Pretend be Nang Nang. I read.
I'm so confused.
I say
Yeah.
we just take her and
Okay,
leave.
you just be good on stage. You'll be okay.
Not if the king tries to mate with me. That's not okay.
No,
Yeah.
this is before the ritual. Your stage dance is before.
The king that got made with you. You not golden skin grung. You made with.
Oh,
That sounded
okay.
vaguely insulting.
Okay, so I go on stage. Everyone else figure out the Ning Ning thing. I all I can know about is going on stage.
I'm gonna look over at Peruk and go. Did the high priestess just say that Vindicator is going to be part of Bukaki?
I'm not translating that.
But to have a pineapple. You insult you mate with peasants. Yeah, that's funny.
I'm gonna whisper over to Nelphine. We've already got her. I say we go.
Problem is the other two won't go along with that.
Well, I guess first thing first, I'm gonna kind of kneel down by her. We need some assurances that you actually have this information that we're putting our lives on the line for.
That's why. They say their fists on fire. We see no fire on them, so we feed them to fire.
Oh my God, these were the flaming fists you just fed us? Oh boy.
Boss, it's probably best you don't go back into their keep.
This just got bad. Okay. Hey, Karuk, just a question. Do you actually know the incantation for the Lost City, or is it written down somewhere?
From what the king says.
What?
Where's this stone tablet at?
Stone tablet.
Drugs.
Well, if you don't know where it's at, how are you going to give it to us, like you promised?
So
Because I think so he gives me lots of things. Flowers, algae, no tadpoles though. But I'm going to get beakweed. If there's no
Yes.
death by Nang.
but how do we get the king to believe that your goddess shows up?
These marvelous pigments. And you can. And what you paint becomes to life and like in real life. What you paint comes
Wait.
to real
I'm
life.
gonna
So
I'm
these
gonna look over
paints
at
make
Paruk
it
and
come
tell him to
life?
start crafting a larger version of the priestess that we're going to paint gold.
Alrighty.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So, out of game, by the way, out of game, what it comes down to, if you're going to approach the great ritual and you're going to go and try to pull it off, basically what it entails are a few different checks that you got to figure out. First is creating or painting or crafting or whatever you want to do to create a representation of Nang Nang. Like there was a speak of making the high priestess look like Nang Nang, right? You've kind of covered like the first thing that you want to do, like some ideas on that, right? But also you have to figure out, like say you just craft a representation of her or paint a representation of her that becomes 3D with the marvelous pigments. We have to animate it. You have to figure out a way to animate the representation. But then the third check, the third roll that you're going to have to make is a roll that's going to make that representation convince the king that Nang Nang's words of love are genuine. And then finally, you have to sell Nang Nang's blessed departure after the deed is done.
I've got nothing that could help with any of those checks.
Yeah, me either.
Or do we paint something horrifying and make them all run?
Hollow,
It wouldn't have the tablet, though.
would you allow me to alter a spell just a little bit to make it work?
Again, what do you have in mind?
Casting Unseen Servant inside of the construct that we make. So when it's on stage, it can move the construct itself, basically animating it. Mind you, by doing this, I'm putting a lot of faith on our rabbit.
Makes sense. Yeah, that could give you a straight up roll in that direction. You know, instead of like going in and to that phase blindly and giving disadvantage on the situation.
And I can also cast Thaumaturgy on it. So when whoever is going to speak for the goddess can speak with louder voice than what normal people can.
Well, I think that would have to be you because it's on your own voice. Because I have thaumaturgy too. You can't cast on somebody else.
Does nobody else have that?
Nope.
Don't you have a high charisma?
I've been rolling like dog shit. This is out of game. You do not want me rolling for this tonight. My highest roll is an 8.
Well, who knows? It could come around. Because I can cast thaumaturgy to create harmless tremors in the ground to help sell the entrance and exit of Nang Nang.
I had the idea of maybe trying to do like a shadow puppet type thing so that we don't have to make a 3D form. But I don't know how that would work for the whole king mates with Nang Nang thing. Unless there's like suggestion to tell the king that that's what's happening.
With how Hollow's been rolling, I wouldn't chance it.
Well, there's.
So I'm guessing the priestess has pretty high stats. I don't know if the king would necessarily have as high stats as her.
There's also the option of, Nang Nang telling the king that Nang Nang's not going to mate with him.
Mm.
We could always go that route.
Yeah, that's what you want to tell the king.
So to sit within the community and be like, you are not the real king. Your line is corrupt.
Exactly.
Completely other route. We could just set fire to things, secretly, and cause a big distraction and get over to the island and search for the tablet ourselves and just steal it.
Larar is a fire drake at the moment. I could send him around, just have him biting shit and setting it on fire.
That'd be like he's rather small. That'd be like a little chihuahua running around with a breath weapon.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still setting fires, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be chaos. It could create chaos.
We could do so. So if I'm understanding right, there's supposed to be a play, and then there's supposed to be the ritual, and I'm supposed to be in this play.
Yes, unless you want to get married.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get married. So I'm going to be in this play.
So you keep be at the big Dungrunglen Mudway. And you're too big of a star to be married.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to be a good soap opera star when I don't speak the language.
True. If we
or
want to
maybe
go
that's
the fire,
part of the charm.
If we want to go the fire route, I also have my Eldritch Cannon in a flamethrower position.
So we could start with the play and then sow chaos so that the ritual doesn't even have to happen.
Especially if we use marvelous pigments, we don't need to do anything convincing, just something big and distracting.
Yeah.
And then try to find the thing while everybody's distracted. Sure, this sounds like a game plan.
And it's better than dying or murdering our way out.
Yes.
And let's face it, when have we done anything the way everybody expected?
This is true. This is true.
True. Well, I don't think that it's expected that you get engaged by splashing someone with water.
Yeah, no, that
doesn't sound like a normal thing that happens in other games.
No, but I am going to work with Vindicator and on performance and help him learn how to basically move like an actor.
I can just monk shit that.
You can't always just monk shit everything.
Oh, true. I only have a +3 on performance.
Yes, and I'm trying to find a way of giving you advantage.
Yeah. Just give me like 3 shots, and that'll make it better. I did take Drunken Master as my thingy.
Oh my god, yes.
But that doesn't have anything to do with acting. That's
So I think we have an idea of what we're doing. Again,
I think, yeah. So do the play, create some kind of thing, and then create a distraction while the ritual's happening. That's the gist?
that's the gist. So you don't have to take the.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The spearhead wedding.
Plan number 2 for the day.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like we've gotten onto the same page as the High Priestess. She understands this was a matter of miscommunication. She exchanged that to you in her own way. She understands this is a matter of culture shock. No more, no less. On both sides. And that the potential bride-to-be is expected on stage in an hour.
Right? Room.
Room,
I-
that's right.
I was
Room.
using male pronouns, but I don't know.
That's right. These grung, they don't know the difference between male and female humanoids.
True.
Do you
Okay, sure,
typically
what
know
you're
the
marrying.
difference between male and female grung?
No.
No.
Only when they're babies.
So I'm the
they
bride to be.
recognize
Okay,
they,
cool.
they recognize
Yeah,
the
you're the bride.
splashing. They recognize the splashing as like a feminine mating ritual.
Ah,
Oh,
so
good.
I'm the bride.
Yeah.
Nice. Do I get a pretty dress for the play?
And before Karuk, she leaves. She says, "Show up as yourself." And you, in the opening act, will meet a wicked rival suitor. And you will play yourself as best as you can. And sell it
Oh, I think
to
I'm
Tom
pretty-
Riggling.
Pretty good at playing myself.
Is that a Matt? Never mind.
Wait, are there? No, it's not. Are there any other gestures or accidental things that would get me engaged to anyone else that I should avoid?
Too many to mention.
Huh? Oh,
What?
too many to mention.
Too many to mention.
Too many to mention.
Sorry,
Okay.
it took a second to process.
So I'm just gonna keep my hands at my side and only talk. Is that safe and won't get me engaged to anyone else?
Or is that a dueling custom?
You can get engaged to everybody, and then they can just fight amongst themselves.
Or then I would have to marry all of them, and that's too many spouses.
Then if you're married to all of them, you can tell them all what to do.
Not as the wife. You don't know their culture.
Okay, so wait, I get
Let's do it.
the stage. There's going to be a rival suitor. Do I have to fight this rival suitor or just talk them away?
I think the
And-
priest has already left.
Yeah, she's left already. Yeah, she's gone on. Probably the last thing she would say is she's making sure that the stage is all set and properly blessed.
Okay.
How long until she has to be on? He has to be on stage.
1 hour, which we can fast forward into like 60 seconds if necessary. So you guys take the time you need to properly approach this.
So that's long enough for a short rest, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. Love being a warlock.
Okay, short rest happening. So, I don't think anybody needs to spend any hit die and heal up or anything. You should be pretty much good to go. Just to maybe have some spell slots. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, very good. So eventually, for about an hour, the high priestess shows back up. Krook shows up, and she says, "Go on in 10."
Do you have those pigments for me?
He says, "Once the play is successful, and you find the trust of community, I can bestow pigment upon you for the great ritual."
Well, you should probably do it beforehand. That way, during the ritual, nobody sees you hand them over. It'd be really bad if you were caught giving them to me during the ritual or right before. So now would be the best time to do it while nobody's expecting it.
I'm gonna cast guidance on the rabbit by stroking his the back of his fur.
And then that's what, a D4?
No, and then
D4.
And with that,
18.
she reaches into her robes and she pulls forth what looks like a set of, you know, those old school, like, look, we're all adults here. We probably, some of us, especially the guys, might remember those old school hobby paint sets that would come in little jars, and they'd all be connected.
Oh,
In plastic, you know, and you have all the primary colors there, and there's maybe like an ounce of each color or whatever the fuck in there. So you get something like that, and it is in a small wooden case that just flips open.
Do you want you to paint a creature twice her size gold like this?
Out of game, according to this, I can cover up to 10,000 cubic feet.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of paint.
Okay. I'm gonna look over at Misery and go, when we're done, make sure those paints disappear.
Yep, got it.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, I'm saying it to you guys, not to the.
Oh, I thought you were gonna try to keep it from me, so I didn't do any shenanigans.
Nope, I'm taking them from the frog people.
Nope, that's going into my bag of holding. Just
Okay.
I can have fun with these.
And Krook says, "Keep it for now. You fail. Then they can some from your corpses."
You've got to work on your bedside manner.
Yeah, you're really making us trust you more.
I'm a meeting. I really like you. I like you a lot. But no more that name. If
It's
one of you were married to our peoples.
No.
It's okay. We got this. Well, we got you covered. We will take care of this mess. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay. And with that, the high priestess leads the way out of the mud hut. And
should Nalfine and me sneak off to get the distraction set up?
You mean Goth?
you would see that across the way,
Oh.
just outside of the front entrance of the temple is where the stage is set up. South side of the temple there. Just to give you a little purview.
Oh, okay. Still on this part of the land. All right.
It would be across the lake. Yeah.
Oh.
The actors and whatnot would have to be across the lake. They're gonna have to raft over.
No, but I'll stay behind and help you with the construct. Just because I think it'd be funny if Medicator actually ends up getting married.
If the construct is further away from where the rest of the people for the ritual is happening, that would make it slightly more believable, possibly.
Well, also, if they see me painting 1,000 square feet in front of them, I think they might notice that. So it'd be better if I was away.
Okay, so you guys are going to stay on this side of the lake, finish the construct, and make sure that the fire is ready to go at the right time. Indicator and I will go across the lake, do the play, and as soon as the fire, as soon as we see the fire, that's going to be the sign for me, at least, to try to, like, we'll go in to the temple and try to find the stone tablet, right?
Wrong.
What?
We have to bring the construct across the lake after the play, have it set up. So I will take Peruk's bag of holding, which I'm assuming is the only way we're going to get this thing across, and then dump it out on like a platform wherever the priestess wants me to.
Cool. So then we can all go into the temple and try to find the stone tablet.
No, Goss and Peruk will be on the other side lighting fires.
Yep.
Okay, so the three of us will go into the temple and try to find the tablet. And
There you go.
escape the island. We'll figure that out as we go. I gotcha. I can swim.
How does... Okay, so I paint it on something, you pull it out of the bag of holding, so it summons out there. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Once you create the construct out here, which I'm going to help you create the construct, so it goes a little quicker. You're going to paint it, put it inside. I'm assuming there has to be some sort of incantation to make it move. And yeah,
I thought you were going to cast your unseen servant into it to make it move.
yeah, it's another reason I have to be across the lake.
Yeah, but what if you, instead of bringing it across the lake in the bag of holding, just have it be on the shore? Like it can here, so it could be even rougher that way, and then project your voice across, or whoever's doing the voice of it.
Goss can project his voice.
Yeah, so then it wouldn't even, like, it could be kind of crappier, I would assume. Being further away is better.
Probably
And then,
looking
If it's
this
across the lake, that means they're going to try to come across to our exit.
Yeah, but we have more room than you guys do in that small confined area.
yeah, it would also give us more time, more freedom to search the temple for the stone tablet if they're moving away from it.
Okay, so I will join them across the lake. Peruk will have to construct this on his own. How far away is that between the...
All right, let's just go.
That's out of my range.
Mm.
So I have to be on this side of the shoreline.
You have to be on this. Okay. That does. Okay, so now I'm thinking it does kind of block if they all go that way. But if the ritual says that, as she's like, no, I don't want to do that, you're gross or whatnot, then they would be dejected. And I
didn't think we were gonna be telling them off. I thought we were just gonna make something big and horrifying to scare them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking a giant friggin' Yanti ought to do the trick since they're frogs.
Yeah, that'd do it.
I'm game for whatever. My plan failed miserably, so it's up to you guys.
I'm not controlling that thing. I'm just doing the play. So if the people actually doing it want to do it a different way, that's fine.
Brooke, I think this is your show.
Alrighty.
The Artificer Hour.
And
Yep.
that the actors led to the raft. The grung have gathered around the shoreline. There are hundreds of them now. More so than I can even put tokens on the board due to the workflow of Roll20 and how well it works in the AWS cloud. You can imagine them there, all chirping as late into the afternoon, the sun is going down, is close to the twilight hour. And, oh yes, young elite upon the stage, spears in hand, guarding the actors as they have Vindicator and Misery going to the stage, correct? As well as Karuk. Anybody else? It's just the two of them, right?
Was I going across there, or did you need me over here, Perk?
I say go across to defend them in case things go sideways.
Got it.
If things go awry, I will shoot fire up into the sky. If things go wrong on your end, shoot Eldritch Blasts up into the sky. Bursts of 3.
Got it.
Mike.
Okay. And with that, Nalfina's a lot aboard the raft as well. And one of the green grung guards was paddling y'all away across the water. The grung along the shoreline are all chirping and they're all excited. It's kind of like that moment where the lights go out as the twilight falls upon the atmosphere, and like the band's about to go on stage. It's this big unsettling audience, and one by one, she leads the way up the steps. She hops up the steps, and there is the Golden Grung warriors. They move off to the side, their spears at the ready. And as you make to the stage, the Goldskin Grungs, they motion towards Nalfine like body language to say as if he's welcome off to the side of the stage with them. Like they're inviting you to side stage. They seem friendly enough.
Yeah.
And Karuk, she rivets. I will interpret if necessary. I will be off to the side interpreting for the peoples. And with that, there's this strange silence that falls over everything. Like, you don't even hear any insects chirping anymore. It's just a really, almost unnatural silence that falls over the entire stage. And emerging forth from the temple is a gold skin grung starts dramatically hissing and chirping and croaking in a fashion that sounds threatening to Vindicator. Vindicator, this gold skin grung is right in your face. You're not sure if this is an act or if this is for real. His breath stinks rank, and you see pieces of human brains still stuck in his mouth like he should have flossed. In order to properly deliver your first lines as the wicked rival suitor shows up to the stage, I need you to deliver a dramatic performance or deception check in response.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick, like, little kid in a play, like, looking at the person giving them the lines, like, looking at Krook and be like, what's he saying? My line. First. Would she respond to that?
Krook goes, start repeating.
Okay. Ribbit, croak, croak, ribbit, croak, 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 ribbit.
Roll a deception check. I'm gonna give you +3 on this, since you had some help from the side stage.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
No.
And with that,
Right.
the entire audience upon the shoreline, they groan from the blunder.
Oh.
And the wicked rival suitor pulls forth from the nether a bottle of spirits. And with that, a couple green-skinned stagehands hop on stage, and they set a little table in between you and the rival suitor. The rival suitor sets the bottle down. A couple glasses are put on the table, one in front of you, one in front of the rival suitor. And the rival suitor pours some liquid. It's like a dark, almost like a really dark crude oil-like substance into that. It's like you've got like a half of a coconut shell hollowed out that substance is spilled into. And it seems as if the rival suitor is challenging you to a drink off.
Okay, I can do this. Much better than my croak ribbit speech. I will I pick up the coconut and like to give cheers to him, like, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Before drinking it.
Okay, with that, give me a performance check.
Come on, Vindicator.
Oh, fuck.
Doesn't she have advantage on performance? I did give her pointers before.
That was another one. I'm changing dice.
It's because, Nelphine, it's because you gave him pointers.
I forget how to change dice and roll in D&D Beyond.
You have to go to your collections and choose my dice and change dice.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Oh, good. My roll 20 also glitched. What's happening?
No, she should have advantage on that. I taught her how to act.
It wouldn't be an advantage. It wouldn't be an advantage, but it would be a small bonus, not a full advantage. And even if I were to throw a +3 at it, it's not going to help.
It's still really bad.
Yeah, it was a natural one, so.
All right, and with that, the two of you toast. And the rival suitor starts swallowing his drink down.
Okay, yep, me too. Is it palatable, or would I...
Unsave.
Okay. Well, that's not a 1. It's
Wow.
5.
Oh no.
Whoa.
It didn't actually change the dice on my character sheet. So
Oh, you have to refresh.
Yep, I did that now.
Okay.
Aren't you glad I got into this situation?
Yeah.
Fucking
By messing
Vindicator.
around.
Today.
Should I start burning stuff at this point?
While
Good.
they are doing this,
Uh-huh.
I want to do a quick experiment with the paints. I'm going to paint a hole in the ground because apparently whatever I paint comes real. Just a small one.
Ooh.
Like you're testing it out.
Yeah,
Through the
just a
hedge?
little bit. I don't know if I can paint on the hedge. I guess I'd be up to the DM. It'd be a lot easier if I could.
Seemingly paint wherever you want.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna paint a really small door, like 6 inches by 6 inches, and I want to see, and I'm gonna paint the door so that it has the depth, so like I can open and look through the hedge, because that could come in handy later.
Okay. You go for it. And it takes no more than a few seconds. Or haul that up. And you test it out, and yeah, your hand is able to move through the black blot that you put into the hedge, like a hole.
Awesome. Then while that wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performance is going on, I'm gonna tell Goss to get ready for the signal to start the fires. He'll know the signal. It'll be quite obvious. I'm going to place my Eldritch flamethrower. I'm going to give it to him so that both of them. Oh, that did everything. Oh, no, just did the flamethrower. Good. I'm going to give him my Eldritch flamethrower so that he can light fire and his dragon can light fires. Tell him to wait for the signal, and I'm going to start painting just an army of Yanti.
Damn.
Okay. Well, that takes time. I know that. I know how to
Yes,
paint
it does.
Warhammer armies, right? And it takes a long time, right?
According to this, it takes. Where did that run off to? Oop, that's the wrong. 10 minutes per every 100 square feet.
Okay, so it's an army, so we'll say it takes 10 minutes. We'll just say.
I am going to. I'll be done when I think things are turning up there. So I'm just going to kind of. We'll keep a clock on it.
And then kind of average it out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the painting itself won't be complete. It'll be basically a mural. I'll be adding to it until it's time, and whatever I have created will be what is created.
Right. We can amortize the size of the army accordingly. So with that, Vindicator slams. Oh, she slammed something. I need you to roll a con save, Vindicator.
Another
He
one?
slams something. Did he roll one already?
I rolled one. It was a 5.
I didn't see that. Oh, you rolled a 5. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
It was not a natural 1, though, so that's
good.
Yeah, that's
it's going to
positive.
be a small army.
That's positive. And then, just as you choke it down, the wicked rival suitor starts chirping wildly. And Karuk starts interpreting and says that the wicked rival suitor is laughing at you, saying that the bottle was poisoned and that he has practiced defenses against the poison in his constitution all of his life. Unlike you, who is not the proper suitor. And with that, everything's dizzying around, and you immediately just go dark and drop to the ground. You hit hard. Matter of fact, you hit so hard you take 2 points of bludgeoning from hitting your head on the hard-packed mud.
Okay.
Did you just kill my friend?
He just Vincini'd me.
And that right there, that is where we fade to black and call it an episode.
I want
I
to
was about to
stab
shoot
somebody.
my 3 blasts off real quick.
I'll give you something to think about for a few days.
Well, I won't be here next weekend, so.
Oh, that sucks.
No.
All right, thanks for the heads up. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to call this a stop to the recording. We did a great job. That was great. Dungrunglin's always been one of my favorite parts of Tomb of Annihilation. So